I'm curious, was that a shift as a result of the pandemic and sort of Zoom fatigue and giving people permission to take the time off? Because I know for me, when I shifted to working remotely, blurring those lines, it's hard to have that discipline. You're not at the office where you have some more regular routine. And it almost felt like I had to give myself permission oftentimes, or give permission to others to not feel guilty about stepping away, because you're like, my computer's right there. I feel like I should be working. How did you and Florida Blue make your employees feel appreciated and seen, and give them permission to be able to do exactly what you described?
I think it was a natural outcome of going home. Because when you think about being in the office, it's a lot harder to go all the way to your car, get in your car and drive to the grocery store. You can't take it home necessarily, to go get gas, to go pick up your prescription, or whatever the case may be. So you're stuck kind of doing it after work or before work on the weekends. So I think it was just a natural thing that happened when, not that we weren't flexible when we were on campus. If you need to go to the grocery store, feel free to go. But I think people felt more inclined and more comfortable knowing that they could walk away for an hour or two and come back if they need to go run an errand, or to take their child to the eye doctor appointment or something like that.
And did that evolve over time, or do you feel you really had to create that safety and that feeling of trust? Because in the office, you're sitting in a chair most of the time, whether you're working or not. There's, you're visibly there, so there's presence. When you're remote, it's a different paradigm, both for employee and manager. So, what were some of the things that you did to make them, to create that safety and that permission, so that they could walk away and not feel guilty, or that they didn't have to check their emails at night or the weekends?
Well, I think connecting on a regular basis is really important. And so that in itself creates a safe space for our team members to say, I got to go run an errand. So our team in particular, and I know many teams around the company do this, we have several touch points during the week. Tuesday mornings, we have coffee chat. And we just get together and we talk about Netflix, or we talk about a movie we saw, or we talk about our kids or our animals or whatever's going on. Work will creep in there, but naturally does sometimes. But it's really just a time to connect as people. And we also have a few more touch points during the month. We have TED Talk time. We get together, watch TED Talks, and just have conversations about it. We have Second Friday shindigs. We get together and we literally eat lunch as a team on camera and visit with each other. So I think creating that atmosphere, creating the safe environment, has more to do with creating relationships. And so when you create those relationships and you're collaborating and you're talking, and you are naturally making people, enabling people to feel safe, to tell you as a leader, hey, I need to run to the store, or hey, something came up, or my dog got sick, or fill in the blank. So I think that naturally happens, whether you're on campus or not. When you're creating relationships with your team members, you are creating that safety net for people to come to you and say, I need to run an errand, or I need to log off for the day. I just need to get away.
Need to recharge.
Right.
Yeah. That's great. So were a lot of these rituals, it sounds like they were very intentional, but were they things that you experimented with as you shifted from office, where you saw people, hey, let's go to lunch, Kristine, to, wait, I'm stuck at home. How do I create these opportunities for connection outside of work?
Right. Yeah. You had to be intentional. Because if you weren't intentional, you would just, work all day long and not connect. And so we were intentional in creating those times. And when we first went home, like I said, we didn't even see each other, but we still had coffee chat. That was one of the first things we did when we went home, is we gathered as a team in a team meeting, and we said, what are some things that we can do to continue to connect? Because I know this is really hard on everybody. And that was the first thing we said. Let's have coffee chat every week. And we've not stopped, and we love it. And then we've created some other touch points, but you have to be intentional, because you don't have that time anymore to stand up and look over your cubby to say, hey, what are you doing? Can you want to just take a break? Let's go take a walk outside. So you have to be intentional.